It is really saddening that I had a quick look, nothing spoilery of course, and just how close I am to being finished with this. It's really just, ugh. Maybe another hour and I might have been able to do it. Oh well. My apologies for the interruption. I was deeply saddened to learn of Moonbrinda's passing. Her loss will be sorely felt. Alas, recent developments in Ishgard leave us little time to mourn. The envoy from Kurthus will soon arrive, and we must hasten to hear her report. Defenders of Ishgard. Come on, let's see how many we can get through. The envoy is here. Hello again. I thank you for receiving me at such short notice. Time is of the essence, so I would forego the usual pleasantries if I may. Certainly. You come with news of the Dravanians? Aye, the dragons have begun their attack in earnest. The first wave reached the central highlands a short while ago, and battle was soon joined thereafter. Sir Emeric himself sallied forth with a contingent of temple knights and several companies of the noble house's finest. Though the beasts were ultimately forced into retreat, our victory, if such it may be called, came at the cost of many of our own, too many. We will not withstand a second wave should the Dravanians renew their assault. To paint a grim picture, my lady, it is reinforcements you seek then. We do. Though it pricks our pride, it is plain we cannot protect Ishgard with our ranks thus thinned by the Horde. Sir Emeric would meet with you to discuss the possibility of enlisting your aid. Very well, I shall depart for Kurthus at once. I must warn you, however, the involvement of the Crystal Braves is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the unrest in Uldar must take precedence. It is with such contingencies in mind that I must make another request. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are known for sharing close ties with all three of the grand companies of Eorzea. Would you consent to plead our case to their leaders? Though I will gladly appeal to the grand companies on your behalf, I dare not promise a favourable reply. You need say no more. Considering our past dealings with the Eorzean Alliance, I can well imagine how our plea might be received. But the fate of Ishgard hangs in the balance. We must explore every avenue still open to us, no matter how unpromising. I see. Very well. I shall send envoys to each of the allied nations, and have them present your request directly to the heads of the grand companies. In the event that your plea does not receive a favourable answer, know that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard. That is only to be expected. Rest assured that I speak with Sir Emeric's authority in this matter, and that our actions are fully sanctioned by the Holy See. Which brings me to my final request, a personal appeal to you, Warrior of Light. The Lord Commander much desires to speak with you, regardless of your fellow's involvement. You faced Midgard Sorma and lived, or survived. Anything you can share of your experience may yield us an advantage over our foe. Thank you. You wear the mantle of a hero well. 'Twould seem the road leads us both to Camp Dragonhead. Seek me out when you arrive, Alex. Da-da-da-da-da. Ooh, didn't expect that. that's not good.
The sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken.
The heck kind of magic is that? Oh. That kind of magic.
Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus. The sinner's feeble magics are undone. Come, claim your retribution.
Well, that seems like a lovely, good time. So, how the heck has she got something that could let me just go, no barrier? And how do I get one? Ow. Alfino is not inside, he's clearly outside. Ah, right there, right in the middle of nowhere. It seems I was the swifter Alex. I don't know how. You two, however, have arrived with time to spare, for our host is yet to make an appearance. The murmurings about camp tell of some manner of trouble at the gates of judgment. In the Lord Commander's absence, I suggest we visit the place and find out what is afoot. Yeah, I can go with that plan. Question the knights. Well, they don't know who I am, so they'd not really tell us anything, would they? Hello again, Rock. Just ignore me. You're not normally there. At least I don't think so. I imagine this area is going to be quite busy. Dipsetic. Heretic scum! How dare they meddle with our divine protections? I shall rid our nation of their blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down one by one. Okay, the magic has been disabled. We need not fret over much. There are still several layers of arcade protection that shield the city from invasion. Our mother will be fine. Okay, that's good to hear it, actually. If I'm honest, that is not just one level. Mark the nervous glances our friends share. The dragons have attacked, yes, but something else has occurred, something unexpected. Let us question the knights here we proceed. It's about the magic shield thing. When I laid eyes on Lady Iceheart, I felt the marrow freeze within my bones. And Iceheart is here. The gates of judgment are much more than mere doors. They are the outermost layer of Ishgardian's magical wards. If our first line of defenses can be so easily shattered, 'Twould seem the heretic struck the first, and most telling, blow against Ishgard. Lucina. Scions, we expected you at Camp Dragonhead. My apologies. We chanced to hear that there'd been trouble at the gates, and thought it prudent to investigate the cause. Then you have learned of the heretic's treachery. Lady Iceheart led a force of her followers against our defenders, and came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. But let us speak more back at the camp. Sir Emmerich awaits you. The worms roar. Lady Iceheart has grown bold indeed if she would risk direct action against the city. Come, let us do as we were bid and return to Camp Dragonhead. Lord Hoshafon will know where Sir Emmerich means to receive us. Slightly quicker. I think it's Hoshafon. It's Hoshafont. I never go the right way, no matter where I am. No, I didn't take damage that time. "'Tis reassuring indeed to behold the countenance of a friend whose, when one's homeland teeters upon the very brink of disaster. Though a single misstep could send us plummeting into the abyss, your heroic presence stokes the flames of courage within my heart. Ah, but you did not come to Dragonhead to listen to my prattling. The Lord Commander has arrived, and would treat with you in the Entessary. I wonder how these people would react if they learned of my contract with Midgard Soma. Probably not well. Greetings, sir. Shall I show you inside? Yes, you shall. Give us a bit of voice acting to give us a small break. Please? I don't mind either way, but just please. Oh, nope. I thank you for coming with such haste, and apologize for my absence. Suffice it to say, Lady Iceheart and her heretics have much to answer for. Yes, we were but recently returned from the gates of judgment ourselves. Given the circumstances, we can't quite understand if you prefer to postpone our appointed audience. On the contrary, Master Alphino, I think it is more important than ever that this meeting takes place. Rest assured, I shall return to my post on Ishgard's walls the moment our business is concluded. Before we move on to the subject of reinforcements, however, I would introduce you to a close and stalwart ally, Estinian. Oh, nice boots. By the way, he's in the Dragoon party quests. May I present to you Ishgard's Azure Dragon. An impressive title, though I confess I know precious little of the Order of Dragoons. They are formidable warriors all, yet even among such masters of the lance, Estinian is without equal. He, out of all of the warriors of Ishgard, was chosen to wield the power of the dragons, and may thus contend with any Dravanian. You flatter me overmuch, Lord Commander. So, you are the adventurer of whom they spoke. I see now why my blood fair sang in anticipation to our meeting. Well, now that we have all been introduced, let us proceed to the matter at hand. I would share with you what we have learned of Iceheart's design, as confessed by the heretics taken captive after the assault on the gates. It would seem that, oh god, Eorzea, I can't remember what her name was, and the Dravanians share a common goal, the reclamation of Nidhogg's stolen eye. Nidhogg, one of the 7 great worms. Its name features predominantly in your nation's history, though once defeated by the hero Heldrath. The beast is said to have terrorized Kurthus since Ishgard's founding. Aye, many are the scars on the walls. Many are the scar our walls bear from Nidhogg's relentless efforts to raise the city. The trophy Heldrath plucked from the bested worm's skull, simply known as the Eye, is a treasured relic of Ishgard, and one possessed of untold power. Should it ever be returned to Nidhogg, the dread creature would be restored to the height of his strength, and then no wall or ward we could erect would be stout enough to deny him. My vengeful son hath waged war against Ishgard for 1,000 years. No mortal mind could comprehend the depths of his rancor. The eye itself is secreted deep within the vault. It is kept under heavy guard, surrounded at all times by men and women who have proven their loyalty to the Holy See. But those stout walls and sharp blades may suffice to discourage the heretics, then the dragons are another matter. There are individuals within the Dravanian horde whom an entire company of knights would labour to repel, to say nothing of Nidhogg himself. Nor does age rob them of their strength. Through the endless march of years, the dragons endure, patient, calculating, inexorable. You must understand, these creatures do not share our perception of time. And that is especially true of the great worms. They who spent centuries in slumber only to wake and resume their campaign as if mere hours had passed. It has been 20 years since Nidhogg last darkened our skies. 20 years for him to gather his strength and for us to bolster our defences. And now, just as he seems primed to return, the heretics strike at the gates. You believe that Lady Iceheart is in leagues with the creature then? Of that we cannot be certain. Though we know the heretics covet the eye, we have been unable to determine their plans for it. Such questions aside, we must need address the ragged hole the mistress has seen fit to rend in Ishgard's protections. 'Tis a weakness the Dravanians are not like to leave untested. So it would seem, you have described your plight in admirable detail, Lord Commander, yet I cannot help but wonder at your candour. Why share such sensitive information with us? I speak plain. Ishgard has need of allies, and I would have you bolster our front lines in readiness for the coming battle against the dragons. This much I expected. Unlike our arrangement concerning the Keeper of the Lake, however, only you stand to benefit from our assistance in this matter. I fail to see why we should intervene in a conflict which concerns only Ishgard and Dravania. When the Eorzean Alliance requested Ishgard's assistance during Operation Archon, you refused us. Does it not seem grossly unjust to demand that we now risk our lives in your private war? I make no attempt to defend my country's conduct. I only ask that you consider what might follow were Ishgard to fall. Having razed our city to the ground, the Horde would have little cause to linger, and most would return to their lairs in Dravania. Soon thereafter, the ruins of Kurthus would be buried in snow, and the land would become the sole providence of beasts and beastmen. Until the Garleans arrived, that is, for you may be certain that the Empire would not hesitate to claim Kurthus. They would not even have to draw steel. An Imperial Providence sharing a border with Mordona. 7 hells! Ahem. Very well, we will assist you in repelling the dragons. The roar of a great worm may have shaken the firmament, but we of Eorzea will not abandon our Ishgardian brothers to face the horde alone. Nor did I ever think you would. Now, upon the matter of the roar. Allow me, Sir Emmerich. Through the power of the Eye, I have become the vessel of Nidhogg's strength, which the thing that is on his back is the Eye. I'm pretty sure, at least. His essence is stolen into my very blood. Fear not, I am in full control of my faculties, I assure you, and the Eye itself is of no relevance to this tale. It is not essential that I bear it with me wheresoever I go. I could have swore that was the Eye, but go on. Its lingering influence does, however, allow me to hear Nidhogg's voice. Then the worm who roared was Nidhogg, aye. He means to hurl the horde against Danifer's collar and shatter the remaining ward that protects the city. There can be no doubt the worm has summoned his minion Sawar. Now, the timing was a bit too perfect, really. Come on. Oh, I can't walk on this table. My apologies.